Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG All the Mods 4 server with the huge amount of fart bubbles on me because I've got mining fatigue because of the Elder Guardians back there. Just over my head back there, you can see the top of the Ocean Monument and one of those wandering traders, because they're everywhere. But I haven't tackled one of these things in like forever. And so one of the things that I wanted to do was go ahead and use tech this time. Previous time I tackled it, I did it with a mistaken, and we actually grabbed ladders and stuff like that and sponges, and we went through and we cleared out the temple and set up a guardian farm inside the temple. This time I actually want to clear it out. The first time, which would be the only other time I've done a guardian temple, I did it in vanilla. And it was one of those where we had actually explored this region before the update came out. And so the Ocean Monument wouldn't spawn in that place, but we knew where it was supposed to spawn. And so my friend and I, we actually laid down enough sand and gravel to get rid of all the water. And that took forever. But we cleared it all out and made a screamingly good guardian farm out of that, and it was just amazing. This one I'm doing something a little bit of tech here, but or a little manual work and then tech. So let's spin around here, take a quick look, and drop down. I've got my builder. I actually had to build a second one because the one that I have right now is in the mining dimension, which because of some solar panels I had next to it, it kind of bugged out. And Torgal hasn't had the time yet to go ahead and fix that, and that's okay. But you can see I've got the location laid out here. That is exactly the area encompassed by the Guardian Farm, or the Ocean Monument is exactly right there. And you can see I've got... I love the visual glitch. I've got this row of white glass at water height going around, and then below that, I've got cyan glass starting going around that, and some up here at the wrong height. Oh, hey, pillagers! So I've got some stuff here at the wrong height, which I need to slowly knock away. Oh, and my effect just went away, and I've got a what's it here? A Silk Touch axe. Yeah, it works. But so I've been chewing out through the stuff as fast as I can, and if I do it while I'm in the air, I actually do it faster than if I'm standing on the glass, which is funky. Now I need to try to do it out here. Oh, that gets so fiddly. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can before one of the guardians hit me with the mining fatigue. Anyway, so I've been, and there it is. So let's go kill some guardians or pillagers. Hi, excuse me. You want to hit? You want to hit? You all just want to hit? Oh hey, you want to hit? Anyway, I'm completely rambling here because I want to. No effects? Nope. Okay. Oh nope. I got bad omen. Ooh. All right. Invade! I dare you. Anyway, so I want to go ahead and set this up. Now, the first thing I've done, let's turn off that effect. First thing I've done, I've got 2 layers of glass, possibly, no, that's only 2 I can see over there. I'm going to get a 3rd layer, and then I'm thinking if I've got my shape card, this is the clearing quarry card, the one here is just a plain shape card, just to outline everything. Anyway, I'm going to sit there and program it. This one, it has the dimension, it has the offset from here right there to get it to work. I'm going to put the same ones into this card, except I'm going to go ahead and make it only one tall, as far as instead of 35 blocks tall. And that way, I'm going to see if I can clear out that first water layer. Now, it's going to do it chunk by chunk, and unfortunately, it will actually try to repair itself. So what I may actually do is lay down some cobblestone at the chunk boundaries, just as it goes through and processes it. It should hopefully keep the water from regenerating. That's the hope. I would really like that if that's the case. And then if that works, then I can sit there and layer by layer by layer by layer, I can sit there and chew this down. And when there's no water, there's no spawning, I should be able to get all the various good bits. I can see the tail of one of the Elder Guardians right there. Sit there and beat them up. And, you know, have the fun of clearing this out. And then here, I put this sand in place manually. And you can see this is just on the inside. Eventually, I'm going to have glass going all the way down to the ground here. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do by way of the farm inside, but I'm going to use the builder to just, you know, break down every block on the way down. That's the plan. 9 hours later. It's been slow, but it's been working, and that sure beats going through manually chopping things down. So let's show off a little bit of what's been done. To make life way easier, I went ahead and got a mega torch over here to stop the random guardians from spawning. And I've been slowly putting the glass in along the side to take care of stuff. And having the sand in along the chunks has really helped. One point I ran out of power and it refilled the entire water level. I went, well, dang it. But since I'm only doing one layer by a time, that was not bad. I just put down a layer of one bit of sand and done. So you can see I'm already down to the treasure room area here. And I don't think some of the, no, that's with the Natura mod, if that's around. Ooh, I should replace those. Those are going to be problems. But that has a little treasure chest down in that area, but it is not here. Anyway, so I'm going to keep chewing this down, and I'm thinking, because if I come down here, I went ahead and put stuff down the corner. I'm thinking I may just stop at one of these levels, probably this level here. And so I need one more layer of glass going around, maybe two, and then I'll just leave all the rest of the stuff because I am not sure. I don't believe they spawn down here. You know, I don't know, and I don't want to. I'll just grind this down way further. Yeah, it just takes a little bit of time. Even more hours later, but it's chewed all the way down to the bedrock there. And, you know, I really like flat bedrock, but that's okay. It chewed everything down very nicely. And I went ahead and marked the center. Since it's 58 by 58, there's really a 2 by 2 center, but it's close enough. Anyway, I've got this marked here, this center pillar where the mega torch is. That is the height at which the mobs will spawn. So the guardians in this area, and only in this area, will spawn in water from Y39 all the way up to 63, which seems strange that that's above the surface, like that's 62. But if we take a look at this, looking at 63. So that's what the wiki says. And to kill them, I had several things to ponder on this, and I think I'm going to do fall damage. And so that's what this other column here, that's where the top water is going to be. So they need to fall 34 blocks, and that's 34 blocks. So I need a block underneath that, and that's where they're going to go splat. So that gives me an idea as to the spawning height and then the fall height. So I think I'll put the fall height in the center and then 4 spawning areas around it that all feed into the center. You know, I've done this with several different methods, and I'm thinking that, yeah, I'm going to go with the kind of a vanilla 114 mechanism to bring them to the center. So, but to do that, I need a bunch of this prismarine, which I've got, and then I'm going to go ahead and start a gathering center collection area. I always like to kind of build backwards so that I first have the killing floor and the item collection, and then I set up the spawners. Just because if I do it wrong, like I've never ever done before, you don't want to unleash a horde of mobs on, and that would be bad. But I do have the mega torch to stop that. Alrighty, so I've got 1/4 of the farm done. Well, proceeding along, and there's all the water done. Okay, so I just pulled the water off the top here, or took the blocks off the top, and so that it could flood all the way down. And down here at the bottom, I have some of the kelp on temporary blocks because I want to have soul sand there, but kelp doesn't grow on soul sand, and I'm too lazy to get this to work. Other than, you know, am I going to place the source blocks of water all the way through here? I don't think so. Instead, what I'm going to do is just let this grow, and I am so full. Let's do this. Let's get some of this stuff out. Switch bags. And I'm really curious. Okay, it doesn't. I was wondering if it would make a difference with the watering can underwater. So these are going to grow, and the benefit of, because it's flowing water, there's a source block layer at the top, there's a source block here at the bottom, and then as these grow, they make source blocks. So I want all of this to be source blocks. Now, this is one of the spawning areas, and there's going to be 4 of them, and I just realized I hadn't finished this side piece here because I have still run out of those. I need some more of these wall pieces. Anyway, so I've been, there we go, make a bunch of that. So I've got access back and forth to the base that over here, so it's more centralized instead of dealing with it over there. I was bored with, oh yes, give me those back. And what I have, I've got the storage drawer controller with some storage drawers, and I only have 8 because I think that's probably more than enough. And there is one of those hopper, it's one of the ender hoppers, so it grabs everything in a 5x5, well, a 9x9 radius, because it's 5 radius out, a 9x9 square. So it will grab everything that is dropped by the mobs down here. Oh, well, let's take a look. You know, floating things in the air, that just looks crazy. So this pillar kind of holds this part up. And then likewise, we need a little bit of bracing over here on the end. So what should happen when this is all source blocks here, then I'll get rid of all the kelp. I will go ahead and put soul sand here at the bottom, and soul sand will bubble up, and everything in here that spawns will bubble right up to the top. And that's where these guys, these are the pushers, and they're fairly easy to make. Pusher. It's just pistons, redstone, and feathers, and I had to go out and make a chicken seed so I could have the feathers. But because this has 15 redstone signal on them, they push a distance of 15. So if I try to come a little bit closer, they keep pushing. So they're going to be pushing the mobs quite far in, which is just fine. And that's going to be the way that as they come up to the top, they just get shoved right over. So that's how I'm doing this. It's a mixture of vanilla. Stop that. Wow. Okay, let me put a temporary block right there. That's a mixture of vanilla stuff as well as other silly things for doing this. And what happened? Oh, that's why it's there. Okay. Why are you pouring through? Oh, I got that out as well. I broke all sorts of good stuff. Anyway, this, like I said, it's a mixture of doing vanilla. I'm just putting stuff all over the place. Mixture of vanilla methods of bringing them up, as well as modded methods of getting them moved. And when all is done and said, there we go. That looks much better. That should push them all over here. They fall down, go splat, and die, and I get the loot. I just need to duplicate this entire process 3 more times. Maybe only, you know, I think I will just do the 1 for now, just because I think this will do far more than what we need, and because I'm want to get this done. I have been working on this thing for far too long, and I need to repair my mistake. Well, that took far less time to make the entire source blocks of water in there than I thought, because I had a lot of kelp. Because I was thinking, gee, I wonder if there's any kelp nearby that I could use to help speed this up. So I went through and I would plant 2 or 3 at a time all the way to the top, and kept going across to fill an entire row. Once that was done, break them from the bottom, replace with soul sand, go up, collect the kelp, and just lather, rinse, repeat until all that was done. And I've got a bunch of kelp here now, which is very nice. Let's turn, actually I don't need to turn that on right yet. I do want to go get these things. This is the other power setup. So let's this is the one that's going to be here. I like having a power source that's up tall or up high and won't get bothered. There we go. So that will go ahead and power up the don't fall down. That will power up the portal down below, and I love that. That's very nice. And I've got the Megatorch away, so it should start spawning if I'm out. There you go. They all look at them all float to the top. Okay, let's turn on the pushers. And I'm definitely getting some frame rate issues here with all these bubbles. Look at them all go. Oh, that's working out nicely. And boy, they are flying in fairly nicely. Now I'm a little bit too close. I need to be a little bit further away, and I think they would spawn even more. And let's pull out my keys. I got keys here. I'm going to go ahead and I think this is the quantity, and this is the locking. We'll go ahead and lock those. Yep, I think that will definitely work. Just look at them go. Yeah, I either need to AFK higher up or lower down. Because 24 blocks, I need to be at least 24 blocks away. And if that's at 39, then 24 away from that would be 15. So I need to be down here around here-ish. So, a little bit higher. That's not very pretty. I can't really see anything going on there. But that should go ahead and produce a probable... How'd you fall? Okay, how'd that happen? They all got tossed. Oh, unless he went right to the edge. Because what I ended up doing to save a lot of resources here, these are the thin, where's my, move out of the way. I've been using the saw, there we go, the ruby saw, 4,000 uses. That's pretty good for ruby, and I really haven't used ruby for anything else. So I've been sitting there taking each block of the glass that I've got, and I shaved it down, so I get 8 small covers, so that these takes a whole lot less glass. That's a lot of glass. It's not as nice looking. You can definitely see the hard edges, whereas that's a lot softer, if that makes sense. And so that's kind of distracting, but a whole lot fewer resources. So I'm okay with that. And there's the possibility this may also spawn some squid. Nothing so far, but that's okay. Yeah, I think what I may do is I might take this portal. I think what I may do is redesign this setup here and make an AFK spot down below that's 24. Oh, that's what's happening. They're flying a little bit too far, and I don't have it completely blocked off. So yeah, it is possible for them to fly out, but then they splat and die. Anyway, but yeah, I'm thinking I'll make an AFK spot down here that's more than 24 blocks away, and then I'll use just elevators to zip up and down, so I can just AFK here and just let these guys go splat, 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 which makes me wonder, yeah, like I was saying, squid should spawn in here. There's a lot of other possible spawning areas, and if we look here at the map right now, there's lots of red on the map. So there's tons of spawnable spots around, which is not so good. But what I could do is I could make some mega torches and place them out and about, far enough away that they don't interact with this, but good enough to kind of suppress the amount of mob spawns around here. Because that, or the other option is I can come 24 blocks above here, and so if this is 64, then I need to be up about here-ish. So some sort of platform up here, that should also work, and they should come flying through here. I just don't want to AFK up here and have my jetpack run out of fuel and then fall down and go ouch. But that's kind of working. I was not sure how... Woo, look at them all go. I was not sure what sort of spawn rates I would get with this, but just that one cell, I'm getting quite decent spawn rates. So I probably AFK down there just because I can. And I don't know what the radius is for the Megatorch. It may be 65. I'll have to take a look at the config file and see what that says, because then I could just dig underground out the requisite numbers, so the Megatorch, the radius hits about here to block underground spawns of mobs over there in all the directions, and that way these guys, while I'm AFKing here, will have more spawnable possibilities. Oh man, they are just... All right, let's look at the numbers here. You know, that's pretty decent returns. That's very nice. Okay, I'm really liking how that just moves the guys up. In a pure vanilla world, you wouldn't have that push here, and you really need... Oh, hey, get in there, you. You really don't have an easy way of doing that. I think I will, just for temporary grins and giggles, I'm going to go ahead and block this off here, and that should stop them from the occasional from popping out. But yeah, there we go. That's kind of fine. Vanilla and modded gathering. Well, also modded pushing. Oh, he went flying over there too, I think. Wow, look at those go. The other thing that I've got is I've got a roof on top, just because they spawn better if they do not have sky access. So that roof actually does make a big difference. So I'm thinking I may swap out. Do I have? No, I don't. I need to make one more of the dark prismarine and make a slab there and stick it right there, just so it looks more bullseye, or make some designs. And you know, even though I think this is probably more than what we need, I'm gonna go ahead and build the rest of these, because why not? But yeah, I think that's sufficient for now. That, I'm pretty pleased. I think that really worked. I think that is working. Nope, let's go a little further away. Too far away. I'm thinking that's working. I like that design. You know, are there ways to make this spawn even more? Sure. I could sit there, instead of having just the one, I'm going to have 4 pods. It's a 9x9 pod of spawning. I'm going to go ahead, I could put 8 of them around here and have pushers from the four cardinal directions pointing in, and from the four to the side, have them pushing towards the cardinal direction. And we could get quite a lot of spawn here because they're dying quite fast. But that's overkill. Yeah, 8's way overkill for what we need. But I do like the Prismarine. It's got a great look with it, and I do love the sea lanterns. I love using that as a light source. The kind of... I dislike torches standing on the ground, and I also kind of like having glowstone, you know, for the same sort of reason. If I can hide the glowstone or make the glowstone look different from normal glowstone, I like those. And so lanterns, it's a different look, and I like that. Yay! Guardian farm. And they're a lot of work. And I'm not done. I'm only 1/4 of the way done as far as the spawners are concerned. But they are fun. They are really, really fun. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here, having too much fun with these Guardians here on the FTOG, All the Mods 4 server, and having a blast. And thanks for watching. Bye.